which was how do you continue to tell the difference between the dark night of the soul and like severe depression. When I'm inspired to share something, or Gabriel's energy comes in, it's like you need to share this with other people because it's going to resonate with so many people. So the subconscious and the ego system can really fuel a lot of our thoughts, emotions and behaviour. So we have to kind of rectify that. Okay, so I've got to put my glasses on for this. Once upon a time, yes, the video just froze and then decided to turn itself off. Didn't even touch it for no reason whatsoever. It's hard, and I get it. Inshallah, he was someone that preferred his own space. I can see you. Hello darlings, and welcome to my channel with me, Nicky Allen. I'm looking a bit sleepy today. I've just come out of a meditation and I wanted to share it with you because there's a massive power in what you're shown with symbols and visions, colours, situations that really do speak to your soul. If you're somebody that, I can see my whole nut peanuts in the background. If you are someone that thinks that you're not getting messages or you're not being supported by up there, then this is definitely for you, this video. I think the meditation sparked one because if you don't know, I am currently moving and the ramifications of that are quite tough, to be honest with you. One, because I've got to tie up a life that I spent with Darren and kind of move on from that, which is really difficult. The 3D part of moving away from somewhere when someone's passed is that you're thinking of all the memories, even though, you know, most of the time they're not great because you're like, why are they not here? But you've got to kind of get your head around the fact that you're moving on from that. The 5D is, it doesn't matter where you go, what you do, they're always going to be with you. So you kind of got this, trying to establish a balance all the time when you're making a big life-altering change. So also having ME and fibromyalgia, when you are stressing or you've got to take on a big challenge, your body starts going downhill. And I obviously knew all this was coming. Don't know how. But I feel that it's because me taking that time out back in October is for me to rest, because I knew that my body was going to be very, very fragile and vulnerable and not very happy. Also, that set off the food poisoning that I got from Cape Verde. Obviously, I've got a lifetime condition with that. And so it sets off the stress and the fear, if you like, sets off all of my stomach issues. So I've been repeatedly sick and all the rest of it. You think I'll be about a size 10 by now? Mind you, if that is, people from the US should be like, that's quite big. Size 4 or whatever it is. So you're thinking, what are you talking about, Nikki? Why are you bringing this all up? Because I wanted to share this meditation with you because I was reading the comments on my most recent video, which was the tarot video I did for Aquarians, and obviously the pick 1, 2 or 3. I like the fact that your inner voice, your higher being, whatever you want to call it, chooses the number, which is a message for you. And there were so many people there lost and stuck. I was reading someone who's saying that they've had heart issues. There's another one saying they can't move. And there's so many of you just like, where am I? What am I doing? How do I move on from this? I don't feel connected, you know, and it isn't because I'm anything special. It's because I've learned from all of my experiences, which some of you have read in my books, Rise and Fall and Me, Myself and I. You literally gain lessons, gain tips, gain strength, gain markers for when the next challenge hits. And I like, obviously, to share those. And I use those repeatedly every time a big challenge comes into my life. And so I wanted to share this with you just to show you how remarkable that lot that look after you are. The problem we have down here is that when we go through hell, whether it's a loss, stress, it's to do with job, kids, work, health, whatever it is, we kind of lose our way and we become disillusioned, we become hopeless, sometimes we become depressed, we become a smaller version of ourselves, and we just kind of get ourselves through the day, and that seems to be the marker. And then the next night we're sitting there thinking, well, I did this yesterday, and you just get in this rut. And someone in the VIP members asked an amazing question, which was, how do you continue to tell the difference between the dark night of the soul and like severe depression? A dark night of the soul is a situation where literally your whole world just stops and there's absolutely nothing you can do to get out of it, get through it emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and nothing will flow. Whereas severe depression, it's a clinical reason that you're depressed. There's not actually anything going on around you. It's how you're feeling about yourself. So normally a dark night of the soul is the whole atmosphere, way of living, everything around you just stops because you need to make decisions to change your life. And so I kind of been a bit through that, I would say. And I was just sitting here like snuggled up and having some seaweed peanuts. And I just suddenly closed my eyes because I just felt so like tired. And suddenly I thought, oh, I'm going up. And I didn't really realise I was going up. I just sat silently. I turned everything off and I just sat silently, which is what I keep encouraging you to do. And this is a remarkable bit, and I'm going to read it out, is that I haven't seen Khan for a very long time. Karnunka, or you'll know him if you've read my book, Rise and Fall. I think he's in Me, Myself and I as well. He was my dad in a previous life. He's Native American, and his tribal name was Hamahawk. And as you'll know from the book or books, he showed himself to me and then introduced me through a psychic artist and a circle leader. They gave me his name and his details when he first introduced himself to me, completely independent of me saying anything, which was remarkable. So he kind of deals with healing. He kind of stands aloof. Now and then I see him. He's got the most beautiful face, the most greenest, hazily eyes. He's such a handsome man. And I know he's my dad because I got killed in that lifetime, being sexually attacked and tied and bound by my wrists and ankles, and then killed by the white man taking the land. And so he kind of comes in when there's a wake-up call, or he wants to make me aware of something that's going on that could potentially go from emotion to manifesting physically. And I think emotionally thought, God, you can't go down any further. So he was there right in front of me, and it was just wonderful. And then this is the weirdest thing. There was this big, huge wooden door, right? We were standing in this forest type environment, and there was this big, huge door. And he did this, and normally he'll speak to me, or he just did this, and he opened the door, and I just walked through, and I thought, okay. And then I was aware the door was shutting behind me, and I found myself on this path in front of a hotel, and I'm like, this is random. It's not quite Native American, but hey-ho. And so I just went with it. So when the visions start, whether it's, or even if it's a dream, when the visions start, you literally just go with it. Don't think, oh, I've got to do this, got to do that. Just let it flow like a movie in your head. Sit back and let it do its thing. And I knew the hotel was behind me. And then I was walking along this huge path, and there was a zebra laying across the path. And I'm like, right, okay. So rather than analyse that and think, why is it a zebra? What's a zebra doing there? Where am I? A zebra doesn't fit here. It's not a place where a zebra should be. You just know everything that you're shown. Right, so I was aware I was on a holiday. I then walked down to this beach. It looked very Caribbean. It was a lovely beach, but then all the clouds were dark. And it basically was a bad holiday. That's the best way of describing it, bad holiday, right? And I wanted to just go home. I just literally thought, this is really crap holiday. Didn't even worry about the zebra. And then I was just sitting on the beach and I thought, well, what do I do from here? And I just thought, well, let it go and just sit here. And there was all these feelings of this holiday not being great. And that I just wanted to go home, and the weather was rubbish. And I remember it getting really dark. And so it then shifted to me waking up the following morning. It was still cloudy. Walked along the beach. It started raining. There was hardly anybody about. And it was just pants, basically. And I thought, this is so, what does this all mean? I don't get it. I'm not going on holiday. It wasn't raining at the time. So, you know, I do try and see if there's anything that would, you know, affect my subconscious. But there was nothing there. It was just on a bad holiday. So I thought, right, okay. And I must have been out for about 50 minutes. And it seemed like 2. And so I came back out, and then I came to. So I didn't see Khan again. And I thought, what's all that about? So when that happens, you do the magic of Google. And I thought, I'm going to Google it, because I just don't understand what I've just been shown. There's no explanation. They normally sit and talk with me, or they'll write things up, or they'll make me feel that I know what they're talking about. But there was nothing. I was just on a bad holiday, right? Now, keep that just for the time being. So if this is all a bit mishmash, but when I'm inspired to share something, or Gabriel's energy comes in, it's like you need to share this with other people, because it's going to resonate with so many people. And so obviously my type of video presentation at the moment is all over the place, because for those that don't know, as I said earlier, I'm moving, and there's a lot of stress involved in just moving. You've got to do all the forms, like, you know, the surveyors, the estate agents. It's just a whole world of get this done, get that done. Do you know what I mean? And it's hard when you're very tired and in pain as well. I started taking LDN again, I think I told you. So that's really helped, because I'm not taking really strong painkillers anymore. So I'm glad I'm back on that. Low dose naltrexone, for those that want to know about that. If you have chronic illness, go to the LDN research. LDNresearchtrust.org. Okay. And I literally felt that I don't think I could handle the challenge. Everything's got to be relocated. Work's got to be, you know, up in the air a bit, because I'm trying to save my energy to pack, deal with all the forms, deal with all the different legalities you've got to deal with. You panic about money, don't you? You panic about, have you made the right move because of everything I've been through? You panic about if you're going to have enough energy to do it. That's the 3D part. The 5D is solid as a rock. I know where I'm going. I know they're orchestrating it. I know it's all going to be fine. But then there's the times when you're tired, and you just have had so much hit you that you just think, I just can't take anything more. And if there's a hiccup with anything, you're like, what am I doing? I just want to curl up and get off the carousel, you know? And so obviously the loudest voice, or there's two, the loudest voices that sit in our layers of energy is the subconscious and our intuition. And as you may know, if you've been watching me a while, that I call intuition the mouse and ego the lion. And we fail to listen to the mouse most of the time. We kind of listen to the lion roaring. So I try and encourage you through different ways to get to that mouse voice. It's actually the little one saying, oh, you know, you don't want to do that. So the subconscious and the ego system can really fuel a lot of our thoughts, emotions and behaviour. So we have to kind of rectify that. And so I went on Google and I just read it, and I thought, I want to share this with you, because you've got to understand that no matter how much I've been through and what I've done in my life, spiritually, obviously since I was born, I'm still learning just as much as you. And I keep repeatedly saying this, that I keep it real. I like to show you the dips and the troughs and then the highs and the mountain views, because I don't see any point in somebody sitting here saying it's all brilliant and they've smashed it and you can do this as well and you can do that, and you're like, oh, shut up, because I've been there. And I couldn't find anybody that felt to me that they were giving their transparency on their channels, you know. And I've found a few now, but back when I was in bed and needing that direction and needing someone to say, I get it, I've been there, it was all people, oh, I've done this, buy this book, do this, do that, and I'm like, oh my God. So I just wanted to run this through you because it just made me feel, wow, literally, they just, in a matter of, well, I know it was 50 minutes, but they literally know your guides and your loved ones, angel realms, whoever it is that's looking out for you in that current time, right? They know exactly what is going on in every layer of your energy and your being. And they will show you where the issue is, or show you what you've got to go towards, show you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. Okay, so I've got to put my glasses on for this. Once upon a time, yes. Right, so I thought, right, I'll Google zebra. This is incredible. The zebra spirit animal represents yin and yang. It represents that you are either fighting to establish balance between the ego and intuition, and I'm trying to fight the natural fears, you know, doing it on my own. Obviously I've got loads of friends helping, but do you know what I mean? And, you know, going over to that place that's so far away and starting again. And so basically it was about yin and yang, trying to establish balance and not finding I'm going to say it, happy medium. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, wow, yeah, that's totally right what the zebra is. Right, and there's also potential that it's prey, so you feel like, oh my God, I feel a bit vulnerable, I'm on my guard. And everything that the zebra trait was, that was shown, that was laying across this hotel path, was exactly, when I sat there and, you know, read through it, I thought, oh my goodness, this is exactly how I'm feeling, right? This is great. Now I just went on the AI thing for a bad weather dream, right? And it says this signifies that you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or emotionally and out of sync because major change is coming into your life. Just as you cannot control the weather on a holiday, this dream highlights a lack of control or insecurity in your daily life, right? Conflicts with life changes, work, or things that may be brewing in your life that are coming up for your near future. You have fear about having to stand up to the next challenging situation. The dream also can be telling you that you are overworked and desperately need a break. Also goes on to being overwhelmed by too many responsibilities, feeling helpless, emotional isolation, and the harshness of a new beginning. Right, and I'm like, that is just crazy. That's crazy. So that's exactly, if I actually tap into my inner fears, that's exactly what's going on. And so the beauty of this, the wonderment of it is that Khan obviously thought, right, she's taking like some time here. Let's jump in and show her this is what she's got to work on, that we're aware of it and we're helping her. Do you know what I mean? So all of that fear and all the rest of it, it's, I know that I am in the arms of the angels and all my loved ones, and I know it's going to be brilliant at the end of it. However, there are times when you think, oh my God, I've got to do this, I've got to pay that, I've got to make sure this is done, I've got to make sure that is done. And you just start wavering, and so my subconscious or your little monkey, this is the most craziest thing. The video just froze and then decided to turn itself off. Didn't even touch it for no reason whatsoever. So they're about, see if you see any phenomena around me, because they're obviously about, that was just this totally unexplainable. And so they highlight these subconscious issues, the monkey mind, and anything that potentially could make the journey more difficult. And so you take on board everything that's shown to you. This is why I've always stressed about soul journals. That's what I made my own soul journals for you. Is that by monitoring your thoughts, your dreams, your meditations, hello, darling, your feelings about something, by putting it out on paper, potentially researching it, Googling it, ChatGPT, whatever you want to do. Have a look at what you're being shown, because it's really important. So even if you dream of walking through a field, what colour was the flowers? How are you walking? What are you wearing? What was the weather like? Every single thing that you're shown randomly that isn't related to anything, you think, oh, hang on a minute, I dreamt about that just before I went to sleep. If it's something that's totally out there and you think, what is this about? Please look it up and research what you've been exposed to, seen, shown, how you felt, everything. Because there will be literally clues in everything they expose you to through your third eye and dream state. The alpha brainwave state is the most perfect state of communication from angel realm, spirit guides, and all the rest of it. And so they're not just showing you this stuff, or you're not just dreaming this stuff for no reason. These are direct messages from the divine trying to help you on a path if you're struggling, or if you don't know what to do, or if you're undecided. So there's so many people say, I can't do this, can't do that, nothing's happening, I'm stuck, I can't do this. And I get it, I've been there. And the problem with that is that when you get into that way of being, you then start getting depression, or you start feeling hopeless, you start feeling weak, you start feeling powerless, and then there's nowhere to go but down, is there, to be fair? And we all do it. We all sit in it for a while and perhaps isolate and sit with ourselves, and we don't want to engage with the world or anything in it. But there's a time when we're going to have to take action, or we'll stay like that forever, unless someone comes and rescues us. But if someone does come and rescue you on your steed, when the next thing goes wrong, you haven't really learned anything from that. So it's great to accept help and support, but you also have got to get your head around any challenges you have in your lifetime. Now, as I'm speaking, I know that I've got somebody in my ear kind of pushing me to say these words. I assume I'm still under Gabriel's energy, because there was golds and bronzes towards the end of the dream, who's inspired me to press or push the button to press record. And Khan never really addresses humanity. He's always been very much connected with me. He has come through in readings, but he's someone that's more about, this is what you need to reestablish. So I've got to start working on positive affirmation on the worries, fears and doubts I have of doing such a colossal life-altering thing, and the ramifications of that. So the next thing is, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do as many videos, I'm not very well. Oh my God, that means I'm not going to have enough money. That's, because it's all on views and advertising and all that rubbish. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's all sorted. You just go down the pentacle rabbit hole, you go down the 3D rabbit hole, and you just create all sorts of dramas that aren't even there. Once you're on your path, as I said to you the other day on another video, once the dominoes start dropping, they will drop. But there are just times when there's a little hiccup, and you're suddenly in that Taurus moment, you're suddenly in that hangman moment where nothing's moving, and then you start reading into it thinking, oh my God, I've made the wrong decision, this isn't right, something's not flowing. And that's when the monkey mind can get in and have its way and start all sorts of shenanigans with your mindset. And that's what you need to stop. So positive affirmations, the right crystals for the right thing. At the moment, and this is interesting, so I've been drawn, if you've mostly noticed a lot, I've been wearing pale blue stones, and I've got Larimar at the moment, and that's Raguel stone. And it just made me think, when I came out of the meditation, I thought, oh my goodness, that is why I've been attracted like the last 3 months, because Raguel establishes harmony and balance. So obviously my inner turmoil of having to end this chapter of my life that was so blissful with Darren and the babies, and move on to a completely different space, even though I'll be surrounded by all my friends, it's obviously kicking off something in me within. So positive affirmations, what I'll write out in my soul journal every day. the right crystals at the moment. I feel like the power blues are good for me for establishing that balance under the guise, or not under the guise, but under the guidance of Raguel. I've also I also invoked Raguel straight after the meditation. Ow, Myla, she's standing on my foot. And I've asked him to come and stand by me to help establish the balance within me and the balance, everything going as it should. There is nothing I hate more than, hate's perhaps a very strong word, but I really don't like, and most of you won't like, it's just going through the red tape, the forms, and all of the regulations and everything you have to do on a 3D level to get from A to B. It does my head in. It's so annoying and so draining and so exhausting. And so now I've got to try and turn that around to a positive thing, stay focused on the end goal and push through all of the fears, the worries, the doubts, the frustrations of forms and regulations and God knows what, and just keep plodding one day at a time. That's on top of having to pack everything up, and then you're thinking, I'm gonna have to start doing a list of all my new address, like, you know, everyone needs to know my new address here, and it's just like one thing after another. So they say that moving is the most stressful thing, right, in its own right, but I've also got the grief and the trauma from Darren, letting go of that life, going to a new one, the fact that I've had to move 5 times in the last 14 years since my road accident, and it's just like, sorry, spoilers for the book, and it's just like, it's hard, and I get it. But the reason I wanted to share this with you is, one, because of the powerful way that they know what's going on in our energy and direct us to what we need to work on, which I think is remarkable. And then also the message is still, you've got to sit in your energy or go out for a walk or spend some time listening to your favourite music. Just sit still and listen to what is going on. Check in with yourself. See what needs balancing, what needs rectifying, what needs working on. Because you will end up going in a rabbit hole if there's something that you're not dealing with that is stressing you out and even can manifest to making you feel poorly. So I've always said it and will continue to say it until I go up to spirit world, is that we have to maintain our spiritual health and emotional health just as much as we do our physical health. And spiritual health is all about things like checking in, your affirmations, journaling, crystal work, just being in the most conducive environment you can be when you are taking on a major change. And a number of those posts I saw after my tarot reading video, the last tarot reading video, there were so many people just, you could see how hopeless they were. Nothing's changing, nothing's happened, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing that. But I would just literally, have you done those steps I've said? Invoke the right angel. And I know people think, oh, it don't work, it's rubbish. But how have I got here? How have I got here? I should be somewhere at the bottom of a cliff. Do you know what I mean? In a funny farm. Or just, I don't know. And I don't mean that derogatory. I say I can't even talk properly. But what I mean is that there is still fight. I mean, people, you know, so many people say, well, you're so strong, you're so strong. I don't think it's me that's strong. It's my faith. It's my knowledge that there are layers of energy, sentient energy, divine energy, celestial energy, whatever you want to refer to it as, that are there running the game. This game we find ourselves in, this human experience that we've decided to come and do, again, they know the rules, they know the landmarks, They can't change how we get to the landmark, but they can certainly give us heads up. If we don't listen to those heads up, then it's going to be a worse experience. So I've obviously gone into the red zone with my worry, frustrations, exhaustion, everything else to do with all of this, on top of all the other stuff you got to deal with. And they're like, she's going into red. We need to remind her of her going back to basics. And I have been doing it to a certain extent every day. But I'm like, no, I need to be more mindful now because they've given me the heads up. It was such a clear message. And when I read, I laughed. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe a bad holiday actually represents fear of, you know, taking on a life-altering challenge or changing. There was even something about a new home, packing for a new home, because obviously you pack to go on a holiday, but it was a bad holiday, you know, so it was all there, subliminally there, and they used the vision technique to give me my message of, if you're in the ready, you need to get it back down again to like a proper level. We're just heading you up on that. And so whether it's a dream or visitation or meditation, you're still in that same wave band of communication. So however it comes through in dream state, visitation, meditation, it's still the same. So I've learned a lot over the years when students have said, oh, I saw this in my meditation, and it pretty much represents what you see in a dream. So if you dream, you know, the same dream that you'll see, or you can meditate, it's the same thing. That's come out really weird, isn't it? Let's start that again. So dream state, what you can see in a dream, you can also get in meditation state. So the symbols and visions you see pretty much represent the same thing. And so that's how I've learned a lot about dream analysis. And luckily now, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. That's, you know, AI, I've been there and done it, and they've told us what they think of AI. But I've just used it literally to say, you know, what does it mean when I've just done this in a meditation? And I looked at it, then I Googled dream, and it's exactly the same thing. So I just think it's the most wonderful thing, and it just shows us that we're not alone. We just have to slow down a bit to listen, see, and get the messages from our lot. And again, I get it. When you are in a quandary or you're in a crisis, that's the last thing. If you're someone that's not like me and you're trying it, you know, you're really trying hard to connect, you literally, oh yeah, okay. You literally can't do it. You just can't believe that you can do it. You just think it's people like me that can do it, but we all can, because we're all from source, and we all have access to our guides, loved ones, and the people, beings, whatever you want to call them, that can help us and guide us. And so it's all about just quietening your mind and energy. Excuse me a minute. So I can't implore enough, that you must listen, note, and work on anything that's brought you through meditative state or dream state, okay? Or synchronicities, or even numerology. If you're seeing the same number, it's just there. Just give it a little Google and find out there's a message in it for you. Okay, you keep seeing the same animal, like online, in a book, in front of you, in a window, whatever it is, have a look at it. They are trying to bring you visual messages. They're trying to say, let me tell you this because it's going to make it better for you. But some people perhaps don't believe that, or they just think it's coincidence and they let it go, and it's like, oh. So they must be up there so frustrated with us sometimes, because Julianus is here, because he's just started nodding. And we miss the opportunities. I'm seeing the wheel now, the Major Arcana card in the tarot, and it's like we miss these opportunities. So we've got to wait for the next time for it to come around to jump on it. And during that time, we're waiting for it to come around again because we missed it the last time. that's not a good time. So what I'm trying to say is, if the wheel's coming round, it goes ding, 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 and you don't jump on it, say it's a train, you don't jump on that train, you've then got to stand on the platform, cold, uncomfortable, tired, frustrated, until the next one comes, right? And then it'll catch up with that one. Or you can be on the train and it's all happy and lovely and comfortable, have a nice cup of tea and a biscuit. You choose the free will route to get to whatever landmark's happening. Either you're just going to be complete misery until the next opportunity comes, or you jump on it straight away and you are happy and you're thriving. It's your choice. It's your choice. Okay, so when I was doing, I'll do it now. When I was doing the tarot reading, a spirit person came in. They're very good at that now, aren't they? They're like a cheeky little visit. And a young man came in, and he stood very patiently. I said that I would speak to him in my mind and I would bring him through. And I completely forgot. I closed down. I got tired, and he was here again. It was yesterday or the day before, and then Julianus has just brought him back. So this is a spirit message. I didn't even expect to do this. I was just going to talk to you about the importance of noting every single thing that's brought to you that is random, whether it's through dreams, meditation, or whatever. Okay, so the name James is significant, to do with him, or you'll know this name. There's also Michael, funnily enough. Only because I was thinking of Archangel Michael. It's not funny, but that's why. Mike, Mikey, Mick. This bloke is there. So he's about, I can just see a white mist. So his actual features are in my third eye, but I can see the white mist in the whole way. So I'm surprised she's not barking yet. About 5'11", I would have thought. 5'10", 5'11", quite a slim build. He's got quite long hair, which is kind of like brown, dark brown. I feel that I don't know if he actually played the guitar or he liked rock bands or rock music, but he's got the typical, you know, like the bands around the wrists and the long hair. I would say early 20s, 22. 23, that's the time he may have passed, is Jack. He was very insular. He was someone that preferred his own space. I can see you. He preferred his own space. Quite a slim face. It's very like smattering. There's uneven bits of stubble now and then, but predominantly he feels more clean shaven. Or you know, but I'm feeling someone that most probably did deal with depression. His music was his solace. I think he was either very talented or very passionate about music. I feel that he may have taken himself over to the spirit world by constriction, possibly. I feel there may have been drugs and alcohol involved. I feel that he fought depression most of his life. He wasn't understood by a lot of people, so there could have been an element of something like Asperger's or autism or something like that, but he just feels he felt he was always different. Nothing gave him joy, and he had the most supportive, wonderful family. I feel that potentially there may be 2 other siblings, boy and a girl, potentially. Oh, I can't see. Girl might have been the youngest. Have you got a daughter? Did that just come out wrong? Right, keep going. 3, 2. There's 3. Is it you 23 or so 3? And it's the 3rd of March or it's the 2nd of. So either 3rd of February or the 2nd of March, because sometimes they change it around if they're, because you do it differently across the pond, don't you, in the US? So the date, don't know, I just see those numbers. Just wanted the name Mick. I think there was a cat there. Something to do with the cat. Perhaps that was his best friend. I feel that someone possibly found him from the family, which he's really not very happy about. But I don't feel that he would have even thought of the consequence of that when it happened. I feel that he's free now. I feel that one of the messages, very common message this is actually, darling, is that even if you had found me then, it would have just been another time. Okay. Either it would have been before or just after his birthday or near a birthday. So there was bad timing for this anyway. It's obviously always going to be bad, love his heart. Weird thing is, he seems to be working through Juliana, so I'm not... This is quite common for people that have taken themselves over. That sometimes they're just a bit, you know, back, or he's quite recent passing, it might be, but he's not fully in my energy. I can't feel him and see it from his point of view, if that makes sense. He's still a bit far off at the moment. There's a bloke that's quite red-faced, laughing, quite a roundish face, quite a nice comfy tummy. I think he liked drinking, but I don't know if this is his uncle, I don't know who that is, but there's a man next to him, but there's like a party, drinking, jovial atmosphere around him. So I assume he's saying that's who I spend a lot of time with. I feel that he was so incredibly intelligent, but he just didn't have the confidence and the motivation to just get into life. I just don't feel that at all. He would just spend his time in his bedroom all the time. That's the feeling I'm getting, in his room type thing. He did try many times to try and pretend to be that person that was going to go out and get a job and do this and do that, but it's just wouldn't. He's quite happy in his room listening to music and looking at electronic-y stuff or music stuff, whatever that is he's looking at. But it's just definite signs would be music, electronics, things just going boom, which I suspect could have been that then, because there was one straight after the other. So look out for that. I feel that this potentially could be his first contact with you. I would know him in a photograph straight away if I saw him. I'm sure there is some sort of mark up here. So I don't know if it's a scar or a mole or something like that, but I know that I'm seeing something on the top of his cheekbone near his eye. Could potentially be going to the US, because it's weird. I got confused over the dates, you know, because you put the month first, don't you, darlings? Yeah. Wow, that's really good. White shadow will be him. So you see any mist or white shadow? Let's just see if we get anything on camera. Hang on. All right, that's where I'm seeing the white shadow in that doorway. So I'm just going to put it there while I continue talking about him, just in case we see anything. Sorry about the lights changing on the lamp. It's like disco, isn't it? Right, that green thing is lens flare. Right, that's the second time that's happened now. Video's just turned itself off again. And I am not touching it, and it's on a charge, so it's not like the battery's dying or anything. So I think you're going to get a lot of weird electronic phenomena with him. I know that as I say, this feels like first contact, and he just wants to establish that he's over and he's fine. There could be religious concepts here where he feels, just going to go in a bit more, where he feels that perhaps people might think he's in purgatory because of how he went over, but that's absolutely not right. He's devastated on who found him. There could be Jilly or Julie as well connected around this. This family, just going up and down. Don't know, can you see that shadow in there? Because I can see that really clearly, but sometimes what happens is that you see things in your third eye, like if you all picture Father Christmas in your head, right, they imprint it in your third eye. Other times you see it physically, just like normal 3D stuff. Other times they imprint what's in your head actually onto your eyes. Don't know how it works, and you can see it. So I can see a white shadow in there. Don't know if you can see it. It's exciting, isn't it? Who thought we'd do this? I'm quite liking this way of working at the moment, because I just literally feel inspired with no pressure to just put something on here for you. So he wants to establish he's safe, he's well. He's with that very jovial man who feels like a right laugh, very loud laugh, I reckon. And he's deeply, deeply sorry, but I just feel like there's nothing anybody could have done. This was part of his soul contract to do this. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And he's at peace. And hang on a minute. I'm going to put it back over to me. If you're there, just let us know, darling. Is that an orb that just went across the door then? To say that little, see that green bit at the top right hand corner, that's lens flare from my night light that puts all lovely stuff up on the ceiling. So I feel like I'm in the spirit world. Yeah, I will. I'll mention that. Thank you, Julianus. There's a flash just down there then. I think I just missed it. Join me, Nicky Allen, for a paranormal investigation. Who'd have thought? I feel like I'm going back to the bedroom guru days. Look how tired I look. I'm sitting here. This is my mum's. This was my mum's, this was. I've got a picture with the hood up. I bought this for her because I thought it looked a bit like Tinkerbell. Don't even ask me why. It don't look like Tinkerbell. I like her slippers. Let me know in the comments below if you saw anything at all then, and we can go back and look at it. But yeah, he's doing all right, darlings. It could even be his anniversary coming up of his passing, but he's been quite patient because I've been aware of his presence for the last few days. And so I really hope this reaches someone. If it does, let us know in the comments below. If this sounds like one of your loved ones, or it could be a friend, or just, you know, they randomly find ways to get in, knowing that you could get to their family. Think he's withdrawing. Yeah, I can see clearly in the room now. Oh no. Oh no. Did you see that? It's sweet. Bless. So, yeah, the colours, I forgot what I was saying about the colours and things. I was saying, yeah, this is why I have so much colour and different. I haven't even got my other lamps on. I have so many different things, sparkly and of different colours. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I actually was going to do a live. I was just going to press record, but I was worried that nobody'd turn up. So I just done it on this instead. I was just going to sit and have a chat with you. I'm going to start doing that, I think. Let's go back to the old days. Me just looking tired and crap and just in my PJs. I'm talking about, I've been doing that for the last couple of months. Spirit's willing, but the body's like, nah, you're all right. But yeah, you need colour, brightness, and that sort of environment, because it's very much who we are. We're made of colour and light, sound, frequency, vibration. But colour and light, anything sparkling, colourful, I have to have it. I could not sit here in the dark without sparkly things and colour things and my crystals sparkling and all that. Couldn't do it. I haven't even turned my tree on tonight, have I? That's because I didn't realise I was going to be speaking to all you beautiful people. But I really do hope this reaches the people that... There's just an orb just flying across there. You could have done it while the camera was on. I just want to reach the people that it really hits me as an empath and just someone that really cares about the tribe, that there's so many people in such difficulty and the stuff you're going through. There's one of your posts on there where the stuff, it's just one thing after another you've been going through. And it just shows you you're an old soul, darling. It just shows you that you've signed up for optimum results this time round, optimum learning, optimum experiences. And we just forget that when we're down. It's like, what more can you throw at me? And I've got to, along all of this, no matter how many times I go down, it's not how many times you go down, it's how many times you pull yourself back up and you thrive. And so that's all I concentrate on. And after everything I've been through, I know I said it earlier, but after everything I've been through, I should not want to be playing anymore. I don't want to play this game anymore. But there's no choice. You either sink or swim, don't you, at the end of the day? And I know that they are just literally my buoyancy aids at the moment. All those beautiful people up in that divine space. And that's the best way to get through all this, is to just connect with them, know they're there, trust they're there if you can't know, and just go forward with courage, bravery, make that change. Change is the hardest thing to do when it's going to affect living circumstances, relationships, well-being for a little while. You know, anything to do with money, pentacles. Oh, God, I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. But it's necessary. And sometimes we have to do scary things that might leave us a bit vulnerable for a little while, and then if you know you're on the right path and everything's flowing, and you just end up on that beautiful island full of abundance, you've just got to get through that bit first. And you will get there. I get there every single time, and I just think the last couple of days it's just worn me down a bit. Panic of not being able to work regularly for you, panic of having to get everything packed in a given time, panicking about, I haven't done this form, I haven't done that, I forgot to do this, I've got to get that done, I've got to get this service, I've got to do that. And it's like, oh, what am I doing? And you just want to give up, don't you? Just want to stop and go, do you know what? Take me off, I don't want to do it anymore. Take me off the merry-go-round. And as I say, that is the space when something can jump in and just say, see, perhaps you're wrong. Perhaps you shouldn't be doing this. Perhaps you just sit back. No, it's absolute rubbish. Because if you do sit back and you do allow yourself to sit in that, oh, but what if, and all the rest of it, you're not going to move anywhere further forward in your life or your space. So that wheel of fortune will continually keep coming round, and you'll miss it, and you'll miss it, and you'll just sit in this. Nah, eventually you might get there. and then you'll see the world. The world card is coming up now, and that came up twice, didn't it, in the tarot reading? That tarot reading just was absolutely brilliant. When I said about the Ten of Cups, and then, oh my goodness, but in the Archangel Michael, boom, it was like the magic of tarot. Get yourself some tarot cards, oracle cards, anything. Start getting hold of the magic of it. The magic will keep you going through anything. The synchronicities, the signs, the feathers. Look at that, what happened with the TV when it froze itself on number 11 the other day. You can't make that crap up. It's sitting right there, frozen while I was in the kitchen. You know, that's what keeps me going. I don't know where I'll be without the signs and synchronicities. And, you know, that video I did of me driving up to Suffolk, it's like the petrol pump, Darren's name on that registration. It just keeps you going. It gives you that buzz, that momentum to keep going when you know you're going to be, you know, adjusting or facing some sort of challenge or obstacle that is not going to be pleasant, or it's just going to be really hard going. If I was well, it'd be a walk in the park. But, you know, as soon as there's any stress or any upheaval, then, the body starts flaring up. It's like, whatever. And then, obviously, all the stomach starts, the Cape Verde stomach. And you're just like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. I get it. And I don't hope there's people nodding, but there are going to be people sitting going, yeah, I totally get it. I'm in such a crap space and I don't know what to do. I've told you what to do. I haven't told you what to do. I've given you some signposts, and if you want to take them, it might make your situation easier. Everything seems impossible. Everything. But then when you finally get to a space of happiness, success, whatever it is, happy ever after, you look back and think, well, it wasn't that impossible. I just didn't have faith that it would happen. And miracles do happen in this. They do. There's stuff that happens that you just think, there is absolutely no way. Just, again, in me, myself and I, remember when, like, the cemetery house, there is absolutely no way on this earth I should have got anywhere close to a credit rating to be able to rent that after having things repossessed, failing to pay my mortgage. There's no way. No way on this planet. Oh, yeah, you passed absolutely fine. What? I had like 0 on Experian on the credit scores. It's like, okay. You know, just stuff that just you can't explain. And no matter how impossible it seems, I promise you, they will find a way to get you there. And the more you surrender and listen to them, the quicker you'll get there. Or you'll be happier on the way. That's the best way of explaining it. And then the more that you open up your energy, the more you'll be aware of your loved ones around you. They'll bring you more signs. You might see the odd movement in the doorway, or an orb on your photograph, or white mist, or whatever. That lovely, I think his name's James or Mickey, one or two. It's so hard when you haven't got the triangulation to work out its actual name. And if they go, I am this, and you 100% know it is. But it's just beautiful to know that you're just playing the Pentacles game. You're just playing the got to deal with the crappy boss game. I've just got to change my job game. I've just got to sort this snotty kid out game. Whatever it is, you've got to see it as just challenges. Yep, done that one. Right, let's get on to the happy times. You can't allow it to overwhelm you. And it's just really weird, right? Because I'm sitting here talking, and I can't even remember half of what I've spoken to you about, because I really literally have come in from meditation state, quick AI, and then I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then I'm on here. It's quite nice, actually. But anyway, please let me know if I'm rambling. No, don't let me know if I'm rambling. Let me know. I can't handle it at the moment. Just let me know in the comments below if this has helped in any way, if it's reached you. I've got this beautiful tingling here. And it feels like someone's tickling my hair, making me shiver. So it's lovely because it's just backing up that they're around at the moment. And I need that at the moment. I need it. To say goodbye to this house and say goodbye to all the beautiful memories that are in here. What me and Darren and the babies had. It was just heartrending. It's heartbreaking, but it's time, and I know it's time, and it's right, and I have to start a new chapter, otherwise it's never going to change. It's never going to change. There's just feeling of emptiness and loss. It's never going to change. And I know, my soul knows, my intuition knows it's time to just start a blank canvas and start again. And if I see another moving box after this, I think I will want to get off the merry-go-round and run off to the desert. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I said that. I keep seeing the desert. I mentioned the desert before. I know they've found that weird dinosaur that looks like a dragon crossed with a unicorn. I think that's what my prediction was about the other week, so I was a bit confused with that. That was in the Sahara, but I don't know. Unless it's to do with Saudi Arabia or something, but it's like a energy going on there, and I keep seeing that. I don't know what's going to hit, but I'll try and do a prediction video soon. Most probably next one I'll do a predictions video, because I'm just looking at the precious up there. I'm not packing that. She can come with me on the drive up. I'm not putting her away. Yeah, and it's such a shame because the office, like my studio, I set up and like, yay, I'm here. And now it's all in boxes now because it's the best room for me to put all the boxes in. But if you're going through any moves, I really wish you strength. And, you know, if you're healthy, that's just, you're halfway there. You're halfway there because you've got the energy to get up and, you know, pack a load of boxes. And if you've got family there or whatever, it's great. But look, those that are struggling, I get it. And if you can't draw on your own reserves, draw on them. Pray, meditate, journal, speak to them, speak out loud, shout out loud, cry out loud, invoke them. Just do what you can, because if you just stop for a minute, you'll see, feel, know exactly what they want you to know. And that was just the perfect example. Who knew what bad weather on holiday meant? Exactly how I'm feeling deep inside. It's made me happy. It's not, oh my God, you're not being able to cope. I can cope, but I'm like, thank you for the heads up. I'm going to work on it now. Thank you. No, that's all right. Loving it. Right, I'm going to go now because my eyes are like pea holes in the snow. And I may look very tired, but I'm really inside. I'm feeling like, yeah, I feel like a lion. But I just got to be kind to myself. So I really hope this has helped inspire somebody. I know that a few of you, it's really going to hit home, because obviously I wouldn't have recorded it otherwise. There's definitely a reason I've had to say all this. It's very important for a few people and perhaps inspiring for quite a few of you. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will speak to you again the next time. Thank you for keeping me company. God bless you, you beautiful man, for coming in and being so patient, waiting for me to bring you through. And I really do hope we find your family. Luckily, every single spirit person that's come through so far, we've found the family, which is incredible. They know you're going to watch this, so they come and visit me. That's just mind-blowing, isn't it? Don't you think? Bloody love it. So anyway, love to you all. Keep strong. These obstacles are just part of the game. Just play the game and move on to the next bit. Snakes and ladders. Throw the dice. Make the move. And you'll find that you'll be at the top of the ladder. You just got to hold in and trust. Until the next time, darlings. God bless you. Thank you for your love and support. Please press the like button and the subscription, because that's what will keep our tribe going. Many thanks. Love you all.